Oh, I'm here to vote for Pierre, the only one that's going to change Canada.
It's going to be a blowout.
I have a hard time believing the polls.
People don't realize how historic this is right now.
I think the Ghislaine Maxwell photo is probably my favorite.
He's there with Ghislaine Maxwell.
So he was in Hamilton tonight?
Yes.
60 people, eh?
Yes.
I think there was about 3,500 at least here tonight.
I think you know that a Liberal is lying when he opens his mouth.
We have to be careful. We cannot let the Liberals distract us. 4,000 people in there.
Really?
It's insane.
Your vote matters. Your vote counts.
David Menzies for Rebel News here in Hamilton, Ontario. And folks, I'm at another Pierre Poilievre Canada First rally, and my cameraman Efren and I, we have never seen anything like this. As far as the eye can see in both directions, there are cars packed like sardines everywhere. Some of these motorists are going to have a little bad surprise. There's bylaw enforcement handing out no stopping tickets. That's an $80 hit, but I'm sure some of the people getting those tickets will say it was worth it. Now, we were late to this rally because at the exact same time there was a Jagmeet Singh rally taking place on the other side of town. And folks, I'm not exaggerating. I estimate maybe 60 people, aside from the staff and the mainstream media that got to go on the bus. We've already talked to some passers-by. Some are estimating the crowd here to be 5,000 people. Can you imagine that? So standing room only, yet again, just like it was in North Toronto on Sunday when Pierre Poilievre had a rally at the Pan Pacific Hotel. We're seeing thousands and thousands of people coming out to Pierre Poilievre rallies. What does Mark Carney get? Well, when we saw him at that bakery in Brantford, I think he had 45, 48 people. So when it comes to the validity of these polls, I'm taking that information with a shovelful of salt. In any event, let's see what folks had to say who are exiting the Canada First Poilievre rally right now. Sir, why are you wearing such a shirt?
Oh, I'm here to vote for Pierre, the only one that's going to change Canada.
Driving up here and seeing all the cars and being in the traffic, this is great. Yeah. This is what we need.
Jagmeet Singh's rally, it was happening at the same time. I'm not making this up. There was maybe 60 people there. I take it more than 60 here tonight?
So he was in Hamilton tonight?
Yes.
60 people, eh?
Yes.
I think there was about 3,500 at least here tonight.
Wow.
Probably could hear pin drops over there. Can't hear yourself think here.
Only 60?
Yes.
Man.
It's sad.
Much more than 60 people. I can attest to the NDP probably selling out Canada as to why there's probably 60 people in attendance. But great presence in there, a lot of good energy, and a lot of good folks for sure.
Yeah, I'd say a few thousand people here. Full house. Yeah, definitely, definitely.
What do you make of our Jumbotron truck messaging tonight?
It's awesome. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, great place to park it too.
Thanks. Right. Thank you.
I think the Ghislaine Maxwell photo is probably my favorite. They're all buddies. They're all hanging out with each other, and that's probably the reason why this guy wanted an election so soon.
He's there with Ghislaine Maxwell. She's in a NYC maximum security prison for violating children.
The truth. It's the truth.
You can just read my shirt, right? And that's my answer right there. That guy's useless.
I think it needs to move around to a lot of places.
Yes. Maybe we need to buy some new trucks.
That's a great idea.
Yes, okay then.
We'll help you out.
I love it. I walked through the parking lot. I said, Rebel News is here.
I was wondering if anybody was going to talk about the Ghislaine Maxwell and Mark Carney thing. It's unbelievable that mainstream media has not covered it at all.
Do you know, I think you raise a great point. If those photos were Pierre Poilievre with Miss Maxwell, maybe on the front page?
All over everywhere.
Yeah.
Wouldn't stop hearing about it.
Why the double standard, man?
Well, it's because we're the right and they're the wrong.
He's not been honest for 1 second that he's actually been selected as PM. I don't care.
Get a picture with
Oh,
you?
absolutely.
Thank you for everything you do.
Thank you.
Me and my wife watch you all the time, man, at night.
Do you think the polls are indeed correct?
I don't. I don't believe it at all.
They're going to think it's closer than it is. It's going to be a blowout.
No, it was such a quick change. It was too quick almost. And everybody we talked to no one's voting Liberal.
I think if you poll 100 Liberals, they're going to say that the polls look like what you're seeing now. I don't think that's anywhere near representing reality.
Like, I don't believe a thing that comes out of that.
I have a hard time believing the polls. So, yeah, we saw what happened in the States.
Yes.
The polls lied.
The same thing's coming up here, so I don't believe the liberal media for one bit.
I think there's some money involved in there through government-funded media.
It's subjective. The poll is subjective because the poll might consider so many things.
I've been to the States, I've talked to people in the States, and it's the same as up here. You see one thing on the news and you hear a completely different story from the people you talk to.
I don't believe them either, no, David. Actually, we don't believe anything we read on the news, except for maybe Rebel.
Thank you, man.
Real news.
Appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, absolutely. Thank you, sir.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you for everything you do. You're modern day Canadian heroes, you and Ezra.
Well, I'm embarrassed to say I did watch some CBC today, and all they did was push the Carney Liberal narrative. So I'm pretty certain that if they're only talking about Carney Liberals, that the polls will also be only pushing that.
I think the media is definitely controlled and funded by the Liberal Party.
And the government is spending so much money on these media outlets, like yourself and a few other small independents are the only ones that are actually telling you the truth.
Canada First is grassroots movement that supports Pierre.
Okay, then.
Right? Mark Carney, he's bureaucracy. The bureaucracy supports him.
Some in the left-wing media are saying the term Canada First, and I'm not making this up, it's racist and code speak for white supremacy. Are you a white supremacist?
I highly doubt that. I highly doubt that. But what I believe in is our freedom to speak, our freedom to have and make our own decisions and not be forced with garbage shoved down our throats.
You know, you don't look like a white supremacist to me, certified.
I don't think so.
What are they talking about?
Well, they're trying to divide people more and more, right? If you disagree with the narrative, their narratives, they label you as a racist. They label you as right-wing extremist, right? And they've been doing it ever since COVID.
He's World Economic Forum, and he's net zero Carney, and that's all he'll be.
You have a new scam every time you hear about more that people are digging into it. Now he doesn't want to participate in a French debate with Poilievre.
Well, his excuses are changing from day to day. Mark Carney says he doesn't want to debate because there's a fee. Well, I'll pay the fee.
I would participate in that crowdfund, even though Pierre's like a volunteer to pay for the whole thing himself.
How important is this election to you, ma'am?
The most important, people don't realize how historic this is right now.
My father came from Punjab. We established businesses here. We wanted to take home a check, achieve the Canadian dream, be contributing members of society, right? And that's what Pierre's platform's about. That's what the Conservatives are about. Whereas the NDP, the Liberal, they're all about handouts.
If he doesn't win, that's my next choice.
Make Canada the 51st state.
If Poilievre loses, we're done. We're done.
And I want to use this opportunity to encourage Canadians to come out and vote. Your vote matters. Your vote counts. And through your vote, you can determine your leader. Thank you.
Thanks so much. Love your work.
You go to these Hamas rallies, right? And you just ask questions. You walk around with your camera crew and everything, and that's awesome.
Yes.
And the violence and the vitriol and the hatred towards somebody that's just asking questions.
I know. Hey, folks, I know you love it when Rebel News tells you the other side of the story, but the fact is we need your help. Unlike the mainstream media, we're not taking checks from Mark Carney. Please go to campaign2025.com. That's campaign2025.com. If you're able to, make a donation, and you can also go to that website to see all of our videos regarding this federal election going on right now.